I'd been thinking about immigration for a long time. Since last November's presidential election, I've been thinking about the need to restart the Immigration Committee after more than 2 years of hiatus. The signs and promptings keep appearing. Deportation of undocumented immigrants was a pillar of the Trump campaign. And national polling actually indicated substantial public support for it. Misinformation abounded about how immigrants drain public resources, when in fact, immigrants contribute much more in tax revenue than they cost in public services. Then the second Trump administration took over. The person largely responsible for the heartbreaking family separations during the first Trump go-round returned as head of ICE. Detention and deportations began anew, particularly in the Central Valley here in California. And even the threat of them has driven many families from sending their children to school and going to work, even at going to the doctor. And we learned of this at the where do we go from here conversation that we had in the social hall last month. People close to our community have had to develop emergency contacts and emergency plans, refresh their memory of know your rights practices, and seeking formal legal counsel in advance of something happening. So where has Buena Vista United Methodist Church been in the middle of all this? Well, a couple of us in the church have been sort of the de facto liaisons with our faith partner, Interfaith Movement for Human Integrity. But obviously that is not enough. There's letter writing to do, public demonstrations of support for immigrants to attend, the vocal reaffirming of our status as a sanctuary congregation. But more than those actions, it is the rekindling of our ministry to walk with those seeking sanctuary. This was especially brought home to me when I learned that Melissa and Casey, part of the family that stayed in our parsonage, were having their asylum hearing. And this happened this past Wednesday. Members of several faith communities packed the small courtroom. Asylum was granted. The attorney representing the family told us that our presence was key to facilitating the judge's decision to move the process along so smoothly, walking with those seeking sanctuary. One of my favorite Bible passages is Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 12. It's kind of a primer on how to walk the walk as a Christian. Let love be genuine. Hate what is evil. Hold fast to what is good. Love one another with mutual affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Do not lag in zeal. Be ardent in spirit. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope. Be patient in affliction. Persevere in prayer. Contribute to the needs of the saints. Pursue hospitality to strangers. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse them. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Weep with those who weep. The Reverend Deborah Lee of IM4HI spoke at Sycamore Church in El Cerrito, where I live, a few weeks ago, where she addressed the question of what do we do in the face of our government's multiple front attack on immigrants, on people who are poor and powerless. what we do is we proclaim to the immigrants that we are with you, that you have worth, that you are not alone. With that, I want to invite members of the beloved community to restart this part of our ministry of walking with those seeking sanctuary. I don't know exactly what the shape of the communication committee will take this time around, but I think we're ready to make the call. So I'd ask you to kind of stay tuned for further announcements about when we start up and schedule and everything like that. So thank you for your time.